We have an LW3 when life gives you lemonade. When life gives you lemonade stand.
Oh, nice. So she can work that.
And the picture of it is of Lou peeing into a cup.
That's appetizing.
Oh, that's delicious.
They're great.
That'll get people going for lemonade.
It does. There's something to that.
That is a marketing genius.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, look, is that the dog urinating in a cup that I'm about to drink from?
Yeah, you want some?
Sure. Fill me up. Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of FTS Friends Talking Shop. All right, I'm done with that voice. I am your host.
Raising the bar.
What?
Yeah, raising the bar.
That's for Gilbert Godfrey? What was that?
That was my radio stupid DJ voice.
Hey everybody. Time is 4:57. 74 degrees outside.
Isn't that
That's
good?
better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Remember when we hit the post, Omar? We used to play the music and then try to hit the post?
Explain what that is. I've seen you do that too.
You see me do that, right, Dave?
Yeah, I remember. I did that one time. Yeah, with you.
Yeah, you play a song and then you try to talk all the way until the first words of the song start. Like you nail the timing, and as soon as you're done talking, the first words of the song start. Hitting the post, it's called. Anyway, welcome to Friends Talking Shop, FTS. My name is Josh. I'm with my two co-hosts, Omar and Dave. This is episode 54. We apologize. It's been a while since we've been back with you guys. 53 and 54. There was a lot of travel between the three of us in between, but we are back. We are back in the saddle and ready to give you guys a really awesome show today. So with that, let me find out how my two co-hosts are doing. Omar is making out with his dog right now, so I'll go to Dave. Dave, how have you been over these last 3 weeks?
I've been traveling like nobody's business. Maybe we all have been traveling, but
actually, like your business.
Yeah, well, yes, that's right.
What,
like our own.
What does that phrase mean? Nobody's business. Wait, what are the origins?
It's none of your business. Actually, I don't need.
It's not like
it's. I don't know what that meant. It's just it just filled in the phrase. I have no idea what I was trying to say there, but
not nobody's business. It's none of your business.
That would make more sense, actually.
That's right. I've been traveling, and it's none of your business.
And it's none of your business.
I don't know if you're aware, but I do not like to fly.
Yeah. We've heard.
Yet, in the last 7 days, I've been in Seattle and New York. I have gone from St. Louis to Seattle, back to St. Louis, all the way to Philly, New York, out by you, Josh, just briefly, and then came back. I am most recently back from New York. I went to see Peter Gabriel in concert at the Madison Square Garden, and it was
awesome.
Yes, he's my favorite. I realized Peter Gabriel has written the soundtrack to my life from high school on. It's like from
interesting
memories in high school.
Woodbury Hill is a top 25 song of all time.
It's a great song.
It wouldn't be in my top 10 of his, but it's certainly because I know all his songs because for me the songs are memories for me. Like the Book of Love is a song that he covered. It's someone else's song, but he did a whole album of covers that he did, and that was the song I danced with my daughter at her wedding. So, of course, that's in the top 10. No one else would choose that.
And when you worked construction with that sledgehammer, that's
right. Yep, that one, right? When I was between jobs, "Don't Give Up" is one.
Good one. Red Rain.
With that one time, right? When it rained
red. Yeah,
that's
good memory.
Your Eyes is also.
No, I don't know that song. What song is that? In Your Eyes. Actually, so in the concert, somebody threw up like a boombox, like stuffed pillow that looked like a boombox.
Okay.
And he laughed. He grabbed it.
From movie Say Anything.
Yeah, he held it
Say
up,
Anything.
right as he was singing In Your Eyes. And I have it on. I should send you the video.
That's good.
To me, it's like brought it all together. Peter Gabriel singing In Your Eyes, holding up the Say Anything boombox. It was like, my life is complete.
No, I have to say, I went to the Eagles concert, like the band, not the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, right.
As a lot of my friends, the Eagles are coming around. Like, does Jalen Hurts play the guitar? Like, what are you talking about? the rock and roll band, and I saw them play,
What?
and I wasn't nearly as moved as you are.
No.
And honestly, the crowd was what most concerned me. You know,
Why?
Because
What
they're
was
all
with the crowd?
They're old, aren't they?
these are people that are on Crestor. Okay, these
Guardians.
These are people who wear their pants up to their belly button.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And these are people. There's a lot of receding hairlines.
You were the tough crowd there.
And I didn't want to sing Desperado with 45,000 people.
Yeah, but what's the difference? What's the difference about them? Didn't you enjoy the show? Weren't you there to listen to the Eagles and hear their music?
Yeah, it's touching your heart. It's your memories, right?
Similar to Dave with Peter Gabriel. My favorite songs of the Eagles, most people don't even know them. It's Wasted Time is one song, and another song is Sad Cafe, which is my favorite song by them.
I don't know either of those songs. Those are B-side.
And we got the playlist or whatever because whatever, and neither one of those songs were on there. So I was like,
yeah, because the crowd doesn't want to hear that.
Yeah, it's a tough.
They want to hear Hotel California.
David, did Peter Gabriel play your 10 favorite songs?
No, he did not. He did something interesting. So he has a new album coming out, and he hasn't actually released all the songs.
That's called the Neil Young curse.
Well, yes, right? Because half the audience wants his new stuff, half the audience wants his old stuff. Everyone is.
You think it was 50-50?
No, probably not. But
90% want his old stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
But it's even tougher because he hasn't even released all the songs on his new album yet. So there were 3 songs that no one's ever really heard before.
Yeah,
it's hard to get into it, right?
No.
And but I had heard maybe he has 10 songs in the album. He's released 7. I knew the 7. I've listened to every one. I enjoyed them.
Really good question. How many times, it's like the lollipop with the owl.
I guess I'm done.
How many times does it take for you to hear a song for the first time? Afterwards, you actually really begin to like it.
Yeah, that's a fascinating question.
It's a good question.
There's a song that he sang on the album that when I heard it the first time, I knew I was going to love it. The first time.
Is it Grandpa's Never Die?
Good callback, Josh.
Thank you.
No, it's called Olive Tree. I absolutely adore the song, and I just knew right away. But I don't think it does. It takes at least 3, 4, 5-ish range before, it's now, you're anticipating what's happening, and I think I would say a minimum of 3.
It's very rare to play a new song once and like it and love it immediately.
Right.
Yep.
Very rare. It does happen, but it is rare. I agree with you. You need to hear it a few times, then you start getting into it.
That's funny. I can remember the first time I heard the song Footloose, and because we'd heard about the movie, and I remember thinking
the town that you grew up in, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the college I went to,
the school we went to, not the town.
Yeah. And I remember thinking this song is just an arrangement of notes that just someone put together, and it's just the generic. And fast forward 30 to 40 years later, it's it's an iconic song, right? But it's funny. I can remember it wasn't the first time, but it had the link to the movie, and But anyway, that's how I'm doing. I'm on a high. I just saw Peter Gabriel in concert.
Nice.
May see him again when he's in Milwaukee, so we'll see.
Oh wow, you're going to go back for seconds?
I might.
Okay.
I'll be there. So
right.
I did with my son. Shout out to my son Ben. He and I did it together, and about. He was definitely feeling young in that crowd.
I'm sure he was. Now, does he know Peter Gabriel? Does he know his music?
Yes, because it turns out growing up, his father would only let him listen to certain kinds of music, and it turned out Peter Gabriel was it, and so he literally grew up with Peter Gabriel. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can no longer see the Monkees in concert, so this is his only option.
That was it. Yeah, that's right.
All right, Omar, what's going on with you? Where you been the last 3 weeks?
Same. I think the same type of travel, but better. Dave, on high level.
Right. I really wanted to beat you too. Doggone.
Yeah.
And I was in Singapore. And I realized that if I was there for longer than a week, I would probably go to jail. Because they have so many laws.
But it's not like it used to be. That they get a bad rap for that. Remember when that kid spray painted the car and then they were going to whip him?
Cane him, right? Isn't that
cane him. They were going to cane him, which they did.
Yeah. but the auxiliary police told me that I would go to jail if I did it again. I got out of a car early before I got to the hotel because there's F1. So they had all these barriers up and I got out before the barrier entrance.
And you go to prison for that?
He said, if you do this again, you'll go to jail.
Okay.
So there's that.
I don't understand what you just said. Wait, he got out of your car early?
My Uber or my Grab, whatever it's called. It's called Grab over there. G-R-A-B.
Yeah.
By the way, beautiful cars. Oh my God. Just beautiful cars. Toyotas, by the way. Better than Mercedes. The luxury cars.
All right. There's that tangent.
Yeah. But I was one of the tallest people on the island. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right? So everybody thought I played basketball. So there was that.
Everyone thought you played basketball.
Did you tell him about the movie Soul Man? And if you want to learn about basketball, watch Soul Man.
But and then, but I could never live there. It's too humid. It was just not for me. Even the air conditioning is humid. So I wouldn't, it's not my kind of place.
It's hot. I've been there a few times. It's really hot, especially in the summer and now, even now. It's ungodly.
Was there anything about it that was surprisingly good though, that you really enjoyed?
The Nouveau architecture is beautiful. Yeah. Obviously the Marina Bay Sands with that huge pool, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's such a clean city.
That's on purpose.
Yeah.
There's steep littering fines. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. I really enjoyed the Grab, which is the higher end. It's Uber. My problem with Uber in the States is that if you order Uber Lux, which is the high end Uber, it's almost always an SUV. And I hate SUVs. They're never comfortable. You have to climb up. They're 5 feet off the ground. And you're in this you're in the back of a Ford Explorer or whatever it is, and it's never comfortable in those SUVs. I want to be in a sedan. That's luxury, right? I'm not going camping, right?
Yeah,
and,
I hear you.
And I don't know why Uber doesn't give you that option, right?
Well, they do. It's Uber XL is all SUVs and everything. Well, that's true. You can't get an Uber.
You can't do Uber sedan. Yeah,
not Uber sedan.
Right.
Uber Black. Uber Black.
No.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
As what?
Depending on the city you're in, it depends. I don't usually see that. It's not in New York.
All right. Well, all right. Whatever.
When you get an Uber XL, you think that you can comfortably sit 4 people. Would you think that's fair, an XL?
Easily.
We got an Uber XL, I forget where, and it pulled up with the Toyota, not the RAV, but what's the step up, Highlander?
Like a front runner? 4Runner?
No, I mean? Smaller than that. But basically it was you sit one in the front and 3 across the middle row. I thought with an XL, I would think you'd want you got to have a 3rd row, right?
I would think
misleading.
I'm telling you, it's never comfortable when you're in high cars. Ever.
Yeah, that's not true.
Unless
if
you yourself are high.
Okay, good to know.
All right.
See what I did there, Dave?
Yeah, I did. It was amazing.
Well played. You got us out of that Uber hell black hole.
I thought we were drowning, and
we were drowning there. And then
so I one more observation. I began to watch this TV show called Painkiller. On Netflix about the Sackler.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, about the Oxycontin.
And it made me thinking, how they try to launder money wash or with the museum and the whatever money. Yeah. And I'm like, what last name would you rather have? I'll ask you guys this question. Between the 3, you have to pick one.
Yeah.
See? Sackler, Madoff, Trump.
Wow. I'm going Sackler.
Yeah, I think certainly not Trump.
Definitely not Madoff. Hell no.
I guess Madoff would be second. I suppose Sackler. Yeah, I don't know if everyone knows the story of Sackler.
Not everyone knows the Sackler
anonymity.
name.
Yeah, Sackler's number 1.
And Sackler 100,000 people die a year because of opioids. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you gave me 3 bad choices.
Yeah, but you didn't do it just because your name is Sackler. That's what you're just asking. What name would you want to be affiliated with?
Oh, but you're probably enjoying, whether you are or not, people assume you are enjoying the wealth, right?
No, we chose Sackler because it's probably the least well known.
If you saw a Sackler
Yeah.
And you knew he was one of the Sacklers.
Well,
that's different, but I'm not one of the Sacklers.
This is an independent question. Would you go up to them and throw a glass of milk in their face?
Yes.
No.
Well, what kind of milk? Are we talking whole milk? Oat milk?
No, rotten milk.
Rotten milk, yes. I'm not getting rid of oat milk. Oat milk's too valuable.
But rotten milk is hard to get. Like, the process of getting rotten milk would be...
All right. This has gone off the rails.
By the way, you should know something. Whenever I order my cafe lattes at Starbucks or wherever the fuck else I am, I always say whole milk from a cow, moo. Not oat milk, whole milk, WHOLE, moo.
I'm done with cow milk, by the way. I'm done with it. I've tried oat milk. It's delicious. It's far superior.
It's full of additives and chemicals. Have you looked at the side of the box?
Did you hear what I said? It's far superior in taste. All that crap might be true, but it's better tasting.
Dave, you agree with this?
I don't know if I have done a taste test.
Oh, Dave, do yourself a favor. Get some Oatly.
Oatly? Oat milk? What about almond milk? Is that good as well?
No, I don't. I've never had almond milk because my kid's allergic to peanuts.
Either one of those are even milks. Almond or oat. It's not even milk. It's like juice.
It doesn't matter what you call it. It goes on my cereal and it's delicious. End of story. Period.
I don't know how you can't ever say cow milk is less gross than anything else.
I'm done with cow milk.
Wait, Joshy, what is your go-to cereal? Wait, Dave, don't say anything. Dave, can we guess what we think Josh is?
We haven't even gotten to our topics, and it's like we've never done this podcast before, and people are like, "What the hell are they doing right now?" Do you want to tackle the cereal, or do you want to use that as your topic? Do you want to tackle?
No, I have another topic I wanted to.
I asked you how you're doing 24 minutes ago, and we're still going on how you're doing.
That's where we are right now. Oats.
I like whole milk.
Is it Honey Bunches of Oats?
Is that
Honey Bunches of Oats? Phenomenal. Yes.
Is that your favorite? I guessed it.
It's not my favorite, but I don't have a favorite. I rotate, so I get into these trends where I'll eat one cereal, I'll be heavy in one cereal for a little while, and then I'll keep switching on and off to other cereals.
Do you eat cereal at night?
Yes.
Isn't that the best? But that is such a calorie bomb. You eat.
Yes, it is.
All that sugar, carbs, and go to bed. I used to love doing that. I stopped doing it because
I'm not eating it at midnight, but I'll eat it at 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's not
like
either.
Right before I go to bed.
Yeah, that's
anyway.
It's bad in your health.
All right, let's get.
How are you doing, Josh?
Oh yeah. So look, I really don't want to cover too much of how I'm doing because we've already wasted so much time covering the dimensions of Uber. That's true. That's a good point.
But Josh, you should be on top of the world because the Philadelphia Eagles should be 0-2 right now. Should be 0-2, and they're somehow 2-0.
I can't really refute that. They have not played well, but nonetheless, good teams know how to win. So that's where I'll leave that one. But the murderer, that one murderer from who lived in Brazil, then came over here and escaped from the prison. You know that story?
Oh, that's in Philly. Yeah,
it's in my neighborhood.
Is that right?
It was in my neighborhood. Yes.
Is that politically incorrect? Can you even call them murderers anymore?
He's life challenged.
Challenged. Yeah.
He is life challenged. But he was he escaped from a prison near me and was basically on the lam near me within a
change any of your behavior? Did you change any behavior?
No. So this is what I wanted to bring up. So my wife was freaking out. She's like, "Oh my God, I can't remember where I went." She's like, "Be careful. There's a murderer on the loose." I'm like, "Look,
see you later."
Yeah. First of all, this dude's on the lam, so he doesn't want to have any confrontations. That's number one. He's trying to get away from people. He's not trying to get into trouble.
Except for maybe the single woman trapped in her house. That there's that possibility.
Yes, he did break into homes to get supplies.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
So the listeners, I think, know this from way back when, but Josh one time had an unfortunate circumstance happen to him when he was on his ladder on his back of his home, and he had a very, very bad fall. Josh, you should have set up that ladder in your back porch. That would capture him. Because you would try and climb it, and he would fall, just like you did.
So what am I, Macaulay Culkin, setting up a Home Alone trap? Yeah. No, but my wife's, freaking out. She's like, "Hey, there's a murder on the loose." I'm like, look, I'm not really worried about this murder. And even if you told me the murder was somewhere on our street, that's still like a 1 in 12 shot. So the odds are still good. You're not going to bump into this dude. But they caught him. So
they did catch him.
Oh, God,
yeah, they caught him.
I heard he was quite the Sherlock Holmes. He came and stole people's shoes so he could throw off his tracks. Is that
Yeah, he did. He changed his appearance. The funniest part was they caught him. He's wearing an Eagles hoodie. It was hilarious.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Well, he's not. He stole it from someone's house.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's not. He didn't go to prison with an Eagles hoodie. They don't allow you to bring your personal goods in there. But anyway, let's get started with this. So that was a ridiculously long opening of how everyone's doing. But we want to hear from you guys.
I think the podcast started and people were like, "Oh, I missed hearing these guys." And then about 10 minutes in, they're like,
"I think we're."
I remember why I stopped listening. Yeah.
I don't think anyone's listening at this point, to be honest. But if you happen to hang on to that verbal diarrhea from Omar, we want to hear from you. And so our email address is friends@fts.media. Again, friends@fts.media. Come visit our website, www.friendstalkingshop.weebly.com, friendstalkingshop.weebly.com, and also check us out on YouTube. So, look, we should have a whole bunch of things to talk about because we haven't seen each other in so long. So I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to start with Omar because maybe that'll gauge how much time we're going to have left here. Might as well go right to the source of pain. So Omar, what do you got for us? Talk to us about the episode 54. Kick it off.
So I realized something, and even last night it happened again, where it happened a few times in Singapore, and it happens, as life tends to happen, where I see a fetching or a beautiful, woman, and the normal me would go up and, at least attempt to charm or talk to them, which how that goes is irrelevant. It's the desire and the confidence to be able to try and deal with rejection. That really is the linchpin to all these things. And I haven't been
you should be a motivational speaker on this topic. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, but I haven't been doing it recently, and do you guys know why?
No.
No.
Really?
No.
Tell us.
So you don't feel that I sound different the last few weeks?
That you sound different?
Correct.
Well, listen, every podcast episode you sound different because your equipment doesn't work or it's a different microphone or you forgot something. So that's par for the course. What happened? Did you get are you taking estrogen pills or what? Why are you sounding different?
I think it's like I thought maybe you guys haven't said anything because it's like asking a woman if she's pregnant if you haven't seen her in a while. And I'm not pregnant. Or can a man be pregnant? Actually, I'm not even sure anymore.
I don't know. They can't hear it through their voice.
Yeah. But I have been wearing Invisalign for the last 5-6 weeks. Actually, I'm on week 7 right now. You guys haven't noticed this?
I thought you had some medical problem. I was ready to be.
What are you talking about? First of all, it's called an Invisalign, meaning invisible. We can't see it. That's number one.
I have a list.
You don't have a lisp. I don't hear it.
You don't think so, David?
I haven't noticed it. No. But again, the equipment. Understand? You're in Puerto Rico. We're talking over a Skype call.
I guess my point is like in my mind when I talk to anybody, it's clearly evident. Like when they see like the glistening on my teeth, so I'm unable to talk to anyone. I'm very, very self-conscious about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're saying to me that you guys have had no idea. And by the way, listeners, you should know this. I'm not wearing Invisalign because of vanity. That is
obviously.
Well, one could assume perhaps that might be one of the factors with me, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much a factor of most things you do. Are you wearing it right now?
I am.
Yeah, I don't notice any difference. Yeah, you're smiling real big for Dave and I. Listeners can't see that. And we can't see it. Number one, it's on Skype, so it's even harder to see. And it's Invisalign. You're not supposed to be able to see it.
So I think, okay, well, it's clearly in my head. So I guess my question to you guys is, how do I tackle this?
Your confidence?
You don't.
Wait,
you're
no,
tackling
let's
it
back
right
up.
now.
Wait.
Maybe go up to an unsuspecting young feline and say, "Hi, can you tell that I'm wearing Invisalign?"
That's not a good opener. It's not a good opener.
It's better than Dave going up to a girl right now and telling him that his name is Dave. Dave,
why did that have to happen?
What? Dave is wearing a baseball cap, listeners, that literally has his name in bold letters on it.
It does? What a difference a Dave makes. That's my new
I can't read it.
No, that's what it does.
I couldn't read
so
it.
any tips on this? I just even right now, I'm acutely aware of it. Usually you guys are used to me talking. I have incredible diction.
Incredible.
Right? Yeah.
It is. It's off the charts.
Well, my advice was to tell him your name is Dave, but clearly that's not good enough, so I'm not going to tell you that one.
It's not going to work.
But, so you want to know how to get your confidence with your Invisalign list.
And by the way, another question around this. If I'm at dinner with anyone, how do I take these out without offend? Is it like, I feel like honestly like I'm picking on dentures.
Yeah.
Do I have to go to the bathroom? Is it rude to do it at the table with the napkin?
Don't do it at the table.
Yeah, don't do it at the table. Can I ask you something? Do you have to wear it? I guess you have to wear it as often as you can.
22 hours a day.
Effective. Okay, so if you're going to dinner, why not before you walk in, just put it in your pocket? I mean, let me ask you this. Can I ask you a deeper question?
Yeah. Oh God.
We've had 3 weeks between episodes, and you've traveled to Singapore. You've been to a whole bunch of places in the 3 weeks. Part of the reason why we couldn't get together to even film, to even record episode 54, the episode that everyone's listening to right now. And Dave and I have been around as well, and all these things probably happened to you, and this is what you're bringing to the table for the first episode back is I wear Invisalign, and I want to know how to deal with it. Really?
Listen, I had other topics. I take my shoes off and socks off in planes. Is that bad?
Yes, that's bad too. Listen, no one can see your Invisalign. No one can hear the difference. Everything's cool. Take the shit out before you eat in public. What am I missing?
Part of this show answering. This is on my mind constantly.
Okay. All right.
And so isn't that part of the ethos?
It is. Yes. But the other part is something that might be entertaining to people who listen to it. Yes. That might factor into what you might want to talk about.
All right. Can we just go on to someone else's topic? And if I have something else that comes up, listen. When you're swinging for the fences, gang, they all can't be home runs.
You tried to lay down a sacrifice bunt and fouled it right off into the catcher's mitt.
I'm not ready to give this topic up, though. You assume,
really?
Well, I want to ask
Dave,
a question.
He gave us an exit.
I still have questions. So you're assuming that the lisp is what? Is a turnoff?
And that people can see the fact that I had this nonsense on my teeth.
Well, but that's showing that you're taking care of yourself, that you're self.
No one can see it. No one can see it.
Well, you just said two things. So either if they don't see it, they hear it as a lisp, a slight lisp, one that I can't identify.
I can't hear it either. Yeah.
Somehow that is.
Okay. You want to know what? I'm gonna go. I literally have a date tonight, so I'm gonna keep them in.
Why don't you just take them out if you're so self-conscious?
Okay. No, I have try
what am
this.
I missing here?
I have a different idea. Can you?
Go ahead.
Now, again, I've been married for a long time, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you sat down, is this a new date? Is this someone that you've known for a long time?
Yeah, someone I've been texting for a while, and we're finally going out to dinner tonight.
Okay, so it's a deep relationship for you. Why wouldn't you say, listen, I just want to just be honest with you for a second. I am wearing Invisalign, and I have a lisp. And it's making me self-conscious. I really just wanted to share that with you because it's on my mind. I want to be honest with you. Don't you think that would oh, how sweet. He just, he shared something.
No.
He was vulnerable. No?
No. It's weird.
No, I'm with Dave on this. Being vulnerable is the in thing now. It's the whole emo.
Yes.
It is? Do you think she's going to turn around and go, I'm glad you said that?
David just got back from a Peter Gabriel concert.
Yeah, vulnerable is my sensitive.
She's going to be like, Omar, it's so wonderful that you share with me you're being vulnerable. I pad my bra, and I want to share that with you. No one's going to do that. No one says any of that shit. Because they want to keep it secret.
I think
no one can tell.
Vulnerability is is a good thing. Especially for Omar, who's, shows very little vulnerability in his life. I think it would work. Give it a try.
Can I ask you a related question?
Yeah.
This is like a mini topic. Ready? This is another one.
All right.
So I took my nephew who's graduating. He turned 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
He graduated from high school to the Apple store. Okay. In Maryland.
Okay.
With his mother and his father and me. And I bought him a Mac. Okay. And
you bought him a laptop? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You bought him a laptop.
Yes, okay. A laptop. And I bought one for myself too.
Okay.
And anyway, I'm talking to the salesperson in my, theatric way about whatever. And then he goes to me. He asked me in front of my nephew and my sister and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
What do you do? Are you someone like I would know?
Really?
And I never, when people, and I get asked this not rarely, right? Probably like once or twice a month. And I never know what to say I do for a living. What the hell do I say?
The podcast.
What you say is, do you listen to Friends Talking Shop?
Yeah.
That's how you might know me.
Yes.
I mean, that's a perfect line. That's a perfect opening.
Oh my God, you're right.
Oh my God. This is the saddest topic.
This is good. This is great feedback. When someone asks me that question again, that's what I'm going to say.
That's what you're going to say.
What do you guys say when people ask you what you do for a living? How do you answer that question?
Well, that's a different question. If they ask me what I do for a living, I tell them.
What do you do?
If they ask me how do I know you? I feel like I know you from somewhere. Then that's a good answer.
And if they ask you what you do for a living, what do you say?
Investor.
Someone at the Apple store, you're an investor.
The Apple store is not selling you a house that's trying to up the price on the products that you're buying. The Apple store has very firm prices on all the products. It doesn't matter what you tell them. You can tell them you're a hobo. If you can write the check for the Mac.
You're an investor. It's the dumbest thing ever. What are you, Warren Buffett?
No, investments. What are you talking about?
I would say finance or investments. I would say
that's what I do.
Right. I wouldn't want to get into it. But
I'm not getting into it. I hate that. I do get that question, and I don't want to ever get into it.
But I'm imagining you've got your shirt buttoned down, you got sunglasses inside, like you're right.
You got the Invisalign popping.
Yeah, you're giving the impression that something is happening right now. But
one great thing, and then I'll tag out. I discovered a superhero. And
how many topics are you going to cover in this?
I want to hear this one too.
Omar has. Let me just point out to the audience.
Ready for his name?
Go ahead.
The incentive aligner. He flies around the world aligning incentives. He's so aligned that in fact his teeth are aligned, and he uses Invisalign as a tool if he's ever in a sticky situation.
Yeah.
He can he can mold the Invisalign into tools like MacGyver. Right?
Yeah.
Great, right? We're creating a doll, an action figure. This is happening.
If anyone's keeping score at home, I asked Omar how he was doing, and he told us about, 4 or 5 different things that range from Uber cars are too big to I almost got arrested for getting out of a car. I mean, there's 1,000 things. Then his topic has now gone from Invisalign to buying a Mac and talking about what he does for a living to a made-up superhero.
Great superhero, by the way.
Yeah, you have hijacked episode 54 like nobody's business. I'll bring that up on that back. And that I used it right that time. Nobody's business. All right, I'm cutting you off. You're done. I'm going to my topic because we got to bring this thing back on track. I had my college reunion weekend. That was one of the places I was during this little mini hiatus for us. I've talked about it before in other episodes with you guys.
The last one was in St. Louis, right?
Yeah, I do one with my high school buddies. I do one with my college buddies.
Oh, yeah.
This one was my college buddies that I had a couple weekends ago. And yet last year was in St. Louis. This year we went back to basics and we got a house up in upstate New York. So that was the deal. So, but I want to share a couple things from the weekend with you guys. So the first, I'm just going to ask you a question, and this will be a lead in, but I want to know and Omar, you don't have a son, but answer as if you did. Dave.
Miles.
Yeah, well, that's true, but it's not going to work for this. Is it okay for a dad to shower with his son?
Wow, that's weirdly close to my topic, but
wow.
I shouldn't have said that because now we're going to wonder where we're going later.
I can't believe that. Yeah.
But yeah, the answer is no.
Interesting.
Without any
what about age? Because I showered with my son when my son was like 2.
Wait, are you talking about in the same like at the gym or
no? At like you bathing your kid and the kid doesn't want to take a bath. They'd rather you graduating to kind of a shower thing, and you shower with your kid.
I've never done that. So what age are you talking about? How old is your son when this happened?
2.
2? Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that you never did that with Ben?
No.
Interesting. Omar,
I mean, remember he would take baths, like
of course,
but I didn't jump in with him naked. But
no, not in the bath, but in the shower, it's different, right?
So sitting is wrong. Standing's fine.
Yeah, sitting seems weird. Standing makes more sense.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, Omar.
Anyway, all right. So Omar, what's your thought on that? Can a dad shower with his son? Omar,
is it different between son and daughter?
Yes. Yes.
How old is this? I mean,
answer the question. All right. You know what?
No. If the kid's like over 2 years old, no.
Fine. Thank you. That's all I was fishing for. You think, you have good friends, right? You have good friends in life and you've known these people for many years and you've had a multitude of conversations, right? You've covered probably every topic under the sun. And it's amazing to me that even when you think you know someone, that you can learn so much more. And so one of my buddies shared with us a whole plethora of what we call treasures this weekend that I'd like to share with you. And the first one just kind of came out accidentally, that he still showers with his son.
Oh,
now
Lord.
I'm gonna drop this bomb on you because his son ain't 2. His son is 10.
No.
Yes.
What, do they have a large shower? I hope it's not a bathtub with a.
It doesn't matter if it's Niagara Falls. You don't get under the water with the kid naked when he's 10. That's too old.
Yeah.
And he said it, and he told us as if it was completely normal, like everybody does it.
No.
And we had to bring him back to earth going, are you nuts? That's disturbing. Am I wrong here? Obviously, you guys already think I'm wrong.
100%. I was creeped out by 2. 10, I'm calling Child Protective Services at this point.
Omar, 10? Thoughts?
I mean, I think it's older. If they're older than 5, it's weird.
Yeah. I agree. I cut it off real early, and it wasn't even done that often. It was, it's not like, but he has a routine. He has a routine.
That's my question: is how does like I gotta get a shower? I do too. Well, all right. Or are they saving water? Are they like they can't stop the conversation? Like how is this even logistically happening?
He just says it's the kid it's fun, and they do that together. It's like. You can't be serious.
Come on.
You can't be serious. And he said it as if it was just in passing, as if it was normal and blah, blah, blah. And here you go. And by the way, I was showering with my son. And he's got 2 sons. We're like, oh, which son? And the older one, 10 years old.
Did he regret telling you it?
Clearly, because it was a pile-on. It was an absolute pile-on.
Did he leave?
And we basically, and he couldn't believe it at first. We're like, that's too old. He's like, no. We're like, that's too old. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
I mean,
go ahead.
Well, I just, he used to go to the Y, and
know about it?
Yes. What's that?
What else? Wife know about it.
Yeah. Oh, so that's interesting. Not only does the wife know about it, but the wife will walk around the house topless. Now,
all right.
Your boys are 10 and 8.
Oh my God.
You cannot be doing that.
Yeah.
That was the other thing we learned. We learned that she walks around topless. We also learned that on one occasion in particular, they all went outside naked in their backyard, soaped up the slide, and went down the slide naked.
Come on.
After soaping it up. I am not kidding you.
We're definitely like Bernie Sanders supporters.
Well,
they're not. That's the crazy thing. They're far from Bernie Sanders.
They're the other. They're on one end of the spectrum or the other. They probably could be on TLC at some point as well. They'd be a special show for
wild.
this.
And they and we learned all that. We learned all this because as soon as you open up one crevice of new information, then you start to dig. You know what I mean? As friends, you start going, what else do I not know about this dude? Because I thought I knew everything. What else is there? And so here are a couple of other things that I learned about him.
Do you think it's possible that he knows that you have a podcast? He's like, I'm giving Josh some material here.
No.
Oh no.
No. This came up in normal conversation. This was not, I'm going to see what these guys think of this. I want to know if I'm doing something wrong. He said it in passing, as if it was just a normal event that we all have with our kids.
But how, like, did you say, I'm going to take a shower, and did he say, like, hey, can I join?
No. No.
How does it come up in normal conversation?
I don't remember how it came up, but it came up in very seamless fashion, and it was, I shower with I won't say his name. I shower with my boy blank. We're like, whoa, what? He's 10. Like, no,
what's the upside to that? Is it like minimizing, like, you're not ashamed of your body?
Listen, I don't know. And
saving water.
It's not about a saving water thing with this dude, but it's one of those deals where I think it's just like, he's my son, so why wouldn't I shower with him? But there comes a time when you stop, your kids don't sleep in your bed, where your kids are not rear facing in the car seat anymore, where they're out of a car seat, where they don't need a high chair. There's all these different things where you stop doing things.
Mom should put a shirt on. Yeah.
Mom should put a shirt on. There's no question. These are things that they thought were kind of normal, but we had to educate him a little bit. We also learned this one. This was a little weird. We play poker and cards a lot at this weekend. And we were we've done this for, I don't know, I'm 49. We've done this for 30 years, about that or a little less. And we play poker every time. That's a big part of our weekend is playing cards. And we're playing cards, and this same guy, we're playing a game called Guts. Sometimes it devolves. It starts
I missed
poker.
That game. That's an old school game.
It is. And then it devolves into like AC-doocy and just ridiculously stupid betting crap.
Everyone's taking a shower together?
Yeah, everyone's taking a shower together. Right, exactly. Yeah. You know how these things go. But we play this game called Guts, and it's 3-card Guts. And so it's
slippery, like slippery soap bar.
Yeah, right. And it's like a 3-card poker hand. And it's a little bit different than poker as to like the hierarchy of the hands. So he has one, and he whispers to my buddy next to him, who's out of the hand. I think it was God. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it was. He whispers something about the cards, like, hey, would you do this or would you have this? And my buddy just kind of like, he has a step back, and we look at him like, what did he just say to you? He said, this is what he said. He asked me about the 7 of clover leaves. Not the 7 of clubs, the 7 of clover leaves. This is a guy who's seen a deck of cards a lot, and he had no clue that the suit was called clubs, and he called it the 7 of clover leaves.
This is clearly someone who's been homeschooled. It sounds like to me.
This is bizarre behavior.
What did he have the tippy toe square? Did he have the other ones correct?
Yeah, he had the other ones right, but that one he didn't know. So it was funny. He had to leave a day early because he had a business trip where he had to go to.
What did you guys talk about when he left?
Yeah, exactly. We talked about it when he was there, but he had to go to Europe. And so my buddy had a funny thing he did to, apparently he heard someone else do to somebody else. So he was like, oh, if we can just figure out what hotel he's going to, it would be great. It's like, all right, how are we going to figure this out? So we were trying to plot and plan. Maybe we text his wife and ask her like a question or something like that to figure out what hotel. And then my buddy just texts him and says, cause he was at the airport. He's like, hey, what hotel are you staying at? And he just told us. And so my one buddy called the hotel pretending to be him and told the the person at the desk, that when he checks in, he has severe allergies and he cannot have any bed sheets, comforter, or pillows on his bed because he brings his own bedding because of his allergies.
Oh, that's funny.
I've never heard that prank before, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious. And then the last thing I'll share with you before we go to you, Dave, one of the things we do at this weekend, which is great, is we always have a big fire pit. And especially the last night, we just burn a whole bunch of shit. We just burn, because we always overbuy. We overbuy food, we overbuy everything. And then we always play cornhole too. So we always burn the boards of the cornhole at the end too. So we just get a big
cornhole.
Yeah. There's no question you're playing cornhole at these things.
Yeah, and we get a big fire going. We burn a bunch of stuff. So one of the things we burned that we had never burned before, there was in the pantry was this can of beans. And it was one of those tops where it's not, you don't use a can opener, but it's what are those called?
Flip top or
it's still metal, but you then peel it back.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I got the can of beans and I put it in the fire. Because what we used to do is we always put like cans of soda in there and then it explodes and it's great. It's hilarious. But I put the can of beans in there thinking, what's going to happen with the can of beans? We're just experimenting. We're all kind of around the fire and we're waiting. Like, nothing's happening. It doesn't seem like the label burns off. Then all of a sudden, there's this loud bang and the can just shoots right across the yard and misses me by like a half inch. Like I could feel the wind just shoot right by me. And it just shot this thing out like a bullet. And if it hit me, I probably would have had like broken ribs. It was that crazy.
Like one of those NFL players lost their finger.
It was nuts. And then the beans, it was clear. We got the can. We found the can. It was in the yard, in the bushes, and we found it, and it was clean. It was like as if someone scrubbed the outside. So all the beans just shot out somewhere, which we couldn't find, which was weird. But anyway, I only bring that up as a service announcement to anyone who does this. Do not put a can of beans. Far.
Yeah.
If you listen this far, do not put a can of beans in the fire. It doesn't go well. That could have been disaster. Can you imagine if I would have had to go to the hospital? Explain that one, because a can of beans shot out of a fire.
Well, yeah, I was thinking, what if you died?
Chest?
How did Josh die? Well,
right, from a can of beans.
Thing. First, let me tell you about his friend.
Yeah, that's right.
Way up to his death.
Yeah. Oh my God! You think you know your friends, and they just surprise you. It's really unbelievable because you share everything with your buddies, right? Your close friends, and then all this stuff just poured out this weekend. It was amazing what we learned.
Wow.
So that's my topic. It was a good weekend, always fun. Dave, wrap it up for us. What do you got?
Yeah, my topic is amazingly similar to your topic in a way.
I can't believe that. That's crazy.
You won't believe how this will kind of come together.
Can we look at Josh's topic just for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Josh, so I'm just curious, we have our own poker group, which the listeners may or may not know.
Yeah.
And Josh would come on there, especially earlier on.
It was during COVID though. Let's tell everyone. It was during COVID. It was online. It was virtual.
But we still maintain it now. But Josh sort of tapped out after, a few weeks. And one of the reasons we had a very serious conversation about it. I'm like, Josh, and then he admitted to me that he has his own poker group. And then I realized something.
No, I don't.
That's what you told me. You have your own thing with your friends.
No, it was, we do play poker. We do play poker during COVID
I guess
too.
If I could get back to the premise. I noticed when Josh was on our Zoom calls, he would probably talk, and again, pot calling kettle black or whatever, 40 to 50% of the time on 8 to 12 person poker room, at least, if not more. And so I'm curious, and it was always a bit of talking over. So these other friends of yours, these bizarro friends, right? Do you speak the most of the group, or are you more in the background, or what's your role with them?
No, we're a pretty lively group.
I was going to say
talk equally.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, there's a couple guys who are definitely more quiet than others, but for the most part, everyone's pretty vocal.
Omar, I can add to this because I had dinner one time with Josh and a guy he used to work with, and his name is Fred. And
oh yeah,
Brett,
but he's not my close friend group.
No, he's not in your say circle, but he's the Philadelphia guy and
yes.
Eagles fan and the whole bunch. And I was the only time I had been in a dinner situation where, like, he
can talk.
Equally talked as much as you. Like it was a very close contest as to who. I mean, I got nothing in. It was just between these two. So I imagine. Could there be 6 others that are just? I think they're all from Philadelphia. No wonder they're so upset all the time.
Yeah, but everyone in this group is not from Philadelphia because this is my college group, so they're from everywhere.
So they're from
everywhere.
Somehow you're attracting your orbit is bringing these talkers all together. So
yeah, well, I mean, look, we've known each other for so long. We're so comfortable with each other that everyone just says whatever the hell they want at any given time, and no one holds back. So it's like, you hear. If you were in a group of people you knew very casually and not well, and they were acquaintances, and someone brought up that they showered with their 10-year-old son, everyone would kind of nod their head and go, "Oh, yeah, okay, that's nice." And but when you're in a group where we've known each other for 30 years, and someone brings that up, it's a dog pile. I mean, it's like you just opened a floodgates, literally. It's the Hoover Dam just broke down, and it's all shit hits the fan. It's a bloodbath because we're getting to the bottom of that, and we're also going to make him realize that is not right, no matter how much.
You think he'll change?
Right?
Think he's going to go back and stop that awful behavior?
I don't know. It's a good question. It's really unbelievable. There's a whole nother part of the weekend I won't even get into where he's had to change his kid's school 3 times in the last 2 years. He's literally took them out of school and changed their school 3 times. And it's a whole nother it's a whole nother conversation that I won't even get into that we were digging into.
He's having emotional issues. I can't imagine, but.
Yeah, look, they have him and his wife have pretty strong opinions, and when the school says something, they lose their shit.
The wife
no, they're not homeschooled. They're not homeschooled. No. They go to school. Well, now they were homeschooled in between not being able to go to school.
The mom wear a shirt when she was teaching the kids.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Goodness. Omar, did I answer your question? Do you think that there are 6 or so other people that can talk as much as God? Yeah.
There are. There's 8 of us, and it's a bonanza. It's fun.
Bonanza.
Yeah, bonanza. No, wrong word.
No, I think that's
sure. Your friend I met at the Super Bowl. What was he? Was part of this crew?
No, he's a childhood friend. He's a home area friend.
Was he a talker?
He can be a talker. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get my topic. I'm ready to do my topic.
Get to your topic. Yeah.
All right. So as I mentioned, I was just in New York. I went with my son. He's 23. I have never showered.
You don't shower with him. Good.
Nope. In fact, I think, growing up in a very conservative Wisconsin, proper home, we do anything but that behavior. In fact, when I was trying to book a room in New York, one of the things I wanted to find kind of a trendy hotel. I wanted to stay in Soho. I didn't want to stay in Midtown, even though we ended up kind of going up to Midtown a lot. I wanted to go to Soho and have them see a different neighborhood. So I'm looking up hotels, and the UN was in town, which made every hotel just super expensive and tough to get reservations, tough to find a car.
But there are also lots of hookers there, right? That was the cover.
I am not sure. I'm not sure about that.
I'm not kidding. It was the lead article on NewYorkPost.com this morning.
Is that right? Well, they didn't seem to show up at Back to the Future, the musical.
Holiday Inn? Probably not.
No, I stayed at the Arlo in Soho. Are you familiar with the Arlo at all? It's has a rooftop there.
I don't know. It's like the West End, right?
Well, they have a couple locations. This one's the Soho. They have more than one in the city. So we stayed, but as I was booking, it was cost. It was, for a very small hotel room, it's like, oh my gosh, the cost each night is a lot. Yeah. And then also, it's hard to find something that's not just a king. I want, we don't want to share a bed. We want 2 separate beds.
Yes.
He's a big boy, and and I need our space, and sleep is so precious for me that if I was touched in the middle of the night, I think I'd jump out of bed. I'd be on the ceiling. So we definitely need our space. So finding a place that had 2 doubles in New York, is small rooms. it was very difficult. But I found one, or I found a few. But I noticed in one of the pictures that one of the walls that goes to the bathroom is like a see-through smoked glass.
Ah, yes. Yes.
And I thought, I don't want that. That's weird. Well, I don't want to take a shower and have, my son in the room, watch TV, and I'm taking a shower. I could, even if it's smoked glass, it's not clear. It's weird.
You see the silhouette.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, so, I've been in rooms like that. Yes.
Now, to me, that is weird, but apparently we've gone way beyond this. So I don't know if my topic is any relevant anymore, because I ended up getting
at the relevant.
Well, this is what happened. We get to the Arlo and we walk in, and sure enough, the full glass, the bathroom is a full glass wall with smoked glass. You can see through toilet, shower, sink, the whole thing. You can close the door, but you see silhouettes of everything you're doing in there is seen. So I look at Ben and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I tried to avoid this. And this is what we have. So what we ended up doing, because I guess I'll ask you guys. If you had that situation, what would you do?
Okay, so it's funny you started off a little bit differently, but when we were out in California recently, we all stayed in the same room, the four of us, my wife and daughter and son, and we got 2 queen beds in our room, and I'm going to talk about the glass in a second, but it was a situation where it used to be where my wife and I would sleep in one bed and my kids would sleep in the other one. And now my kids are of the age where they feel like they don't want to do that because they're 20 and 18 and they don't want to sleep in the same bed together. So now what happens is my wife sleeps with my daughter and I sleep with my son.
Right.
And I don't find that weird at all.
No.
The only problem I have with it is he tends to spread out, which is annoying.
That's
he
right.
doesn't keep on his half. But that I have zero problem with. What you're talking about is a different story. And I think that would be a little bit awkward. Now, can you hang like a towel on the bar in front of do something like that, or there's just no way to block the silhouette?
It would be really hard because there's nothing to connect it to. So and plus you'd feel like we're making a huge production, and it makes it more uncomfortable, right?
That's right.
We both know this isn't ideal. We need to establish some kind of, what are we going to do here? Are we going to be cool with it? Are we just going to be look, I'll just read my book, but the TV is, if you're sitting in the bed and you're in the TV, the shower is behind the TV. There's no way you can't see.
Not in a hostel? Where the fuck were you staying?
At the Arlo. It was an expensive hotel. It had a rooftop bar.
Apparently not that expensive. This is insane.
Why? That's kind of luxury now. I stayed in a hotel with my wife not too long ago, and it had that silhouette thing. It was cool. I liked it. But when
I've been with a partner, and God knows it's been years. I don't remember the last time I traveled with one.
Pre Invisalign.
Yeah, actually, yeah. And so if we're in a hotel room that doesn't have whatever, I don't shower. Well, I don't do anything. The bathroom, I go downstairs in the hotel.
Get out of here!
I swear to God. Yep.
That doesn't make any sense.
I make her do the same thing.
Get at it.
1 and 2. If you're out of there, it doesn't matter.
If you're traveling with somebody and you're sharing the same hotel room, I
don't need to see that.
It's not about seeing it. It's normal. You're going to have to take a shit. It's inevitable.
I'm with Omar on this. I think this is actually
does not have to be in the room.
But then you shouldn't be. Then you're not at the level to travel with someone. If you can't take a shit with someone else,
I would not agree.
Your values are not Omar's values.
Never seen a girlfriend ever go to the bathroom.
Get at it. You live with a girl for a while.
Swear to God.
When you were engaged and lived with your fiance, you never saw her go to the bathroom.
Never once.
And never knew she went to the bathroom.
Correct.
That's insane.
I'm not kidding.
That's
we had
insane.
Our own bathrooms. Perfect.
Separate.
Right, but you can still have your own bathroom and be aware that she's dropping heat.
No idea. Even when we travel.
No idea.
Correct.
Amazing.
I agree. I feel like that is an engaged level of privacy and intimacy. That's not.
But your son should have that level. I mean, So you're asking me what I would do? I would just go, hey, listen, this is the way it is, and we're just going to do it. That's it.
You're a better man than me. Omar, would you, I guess it's hard to, well, what we did, and it's what we were comfortable.
What you did.
When it's time for a shower, one person went to the lobby and hung out, and then we did the flip-flop.
No.
Oh yeah. In fact, after the Peter Gabriel concert, we get to our room. It's what are you doing?
What are you doing?
That's the answer. Exactly.
What?
That's not the answer.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I'm going to the lobby. You tag out.
So we get back from the Peter Gabriel concert. It's midnight, and we get back to our room, and my son goes, I'm thinking about taking a shower. I'm like, I am really tired. And so if you're going to take it, you got to do it like right quick. And he said, well, I kind of like a few minutes to veg out first. I was like, veg out, Tom, it's midnight. Like, come on. Yeah. So he said, I'll take a shower now. So I went back down to the lobby.
Why don't you just not look? Why don't you get on your iPad?
It's not about the looking or the not.
It's not just about David. It's about if I'm in the shower and I come out of my shower and there's like people hanging out, like, I can't I can't go through my routine of moisturizing.
Well, you have you have a 90-minute routine, so to sit in the lobby for that long is going to be
it's about 17 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's off-putting. I'm not sitting in the lobby that long.
Yeah, I would not be around that either. But yeah, we just wait. Like, it just makes us comfortable. Then we can shower in peace, and that's what we
Let me ask you this. What if he said, Dad, you know what? I don't care. You don't have to go to the lobby.
Well, then, I would probably be fine. Like,
okay. All right.
But yeah, I probably would. Maybe I might just go down the lobby. I don't know. It just feels weird.
Now let me switch it. If it was your daughter, one of your daughters.
Oh my gosh. I would be in the next hotel. I'd walk around the block.
I'd be in the lobby too. I'd be in the lobby as well with that. There is a difference there. There's definitely a difference there. There's no question. You're right. There's definitely a difference.
But look, who does that though? Why do you
have you ever been in a locker room shower, like an open one? Those are ridiculous, by the way. Whoever built those should be shot.
Yeah, I think times have changed on this. Yeah,
times have changed. But I used
how have times changed?
People aren't comfortable.
No one does those anymore.
Yeah,
there's not open showers anymore.
No, those open showers are a thing of the past.
Really?
Yeah, those are a thing of the past. They used to
They're
have
not gyms anymore. Yeah.
No, that was traumatizing for me, man.
At one of my jobs, I worked at a university, and during the day at lunch, I would go work out in the gym, and it was an open shower, and it was like, you got to be kidding me. It was unbelievable. So you have to. I had to shower. I can't go back to my office sweaty and gross and put on my clothes on. You have no choice, but you take the quickest shower ever. You get in the corner, get as far away, and you just take the quickest shower.
The big guy has his way with you, and you get back, your clothes on and go.
That's right. That's exactly right. You cry a little bit, and then you get your clothes back on, and you go back to work.
Rub a little dirt in and get out of there. Yeah.
But it is, that's really, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Well, I'm upset. Like, who thinks someone has gone the length of getting two separate beds, but then would be comfortable having a smoked window.
You guys know that I've never seen any part of my mother's legs above her ankles.
Get the hell out of here.
I swear to God.
What about, you never gone to the pool or the beach with your mother?
Yeah, but she wears pants. I've never seen her in anything.
She wears pants? Is that a cultural thing?
In the pool?
It's a religious thing.
It's a religious thing.
Okay.
You've never seen your mom's knees.
Correct.
Wow. What if your mom tore her ACL?
What does that mean?
What would she do in the hospital?
She's got to.
I guess the doctors have to wear blindfolds. I don't know.
What happens? That's what I'm asking.
You have no idea how crazy religion is. Do you know something? Actually, this is something I should have brought up as my topic. So this
will be your seventh topic.
I am not making this up. So my uncle and my aunt live in Singapore, and they've done very well with real estate and whatever. And she's also a badass, and so is he. So they're worth a considerable amount of money. Anyway, they have my cousin, their daughter, is lovely, and she got married about 2 years ago. I think she's around 40 or something, 42, and her husband is a doctor. And I said to my mom, but they don't have any kids. And I said to my mom, what's going to happen to all that dough? That dough re mi. right? And my mom said, what does Dore mean? No, what is like and you know what she said to me?
What?
She said she's going to go to her husband. I'm not kidding. That's how Islam works. It goes to this guy who married her 2 years ago because there's no kids. So it goes to the husband. It's insane.
Isn't that true?
Why would it not? Doesn't it always go to the surviving spouse?
Unless there's a prenup?
What am I missing here?
It's up to the family. And in the religion or the law of Islam, right, what some people wrote in the fable book, right, it goes to the man. By the way, I get all my parents' money too.
That's different. Like your sister wouldn't get anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. That's very different. I know what you're saying.
Well, but don't you have a will that
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to waste it on hookers and blow.
Yeah.
Terrible idea. I've never done either.
But
anyway, you're going to waste it on Propecia and Invisalign. Let's be honest.
Yeah, pizza.
But isn't that crazy?
Well, what you described is not crazy because most married couples who don't have kids normally leave everything to their surviving spouse. So that seems very normal to me.
Oh, no.
But I know what you're saying. It's
going to their daughter's husband, not to their daughter.
Oh.
Yes. Not to her. To the guy who's not part of
nuts.
He married. It's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's
you can't
crazy.
even create a will to that.
You didn't spell that out properly.
No, it's up to the parents. Sorry, it's up to the parents, and that's what the tenets of Islam are.
That's what they say you should do.
Well, that's nuts. Yeah, that's batshit crazy.
Rules are rules. Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, come on. That's nuts.
Anyway, well, I did what I did with my son. We had a wonderful time, and there was no awkward exchanges, and
except for that one exchange you just said with the quote, "I did what I did with my son,"
which was to go to the lobby,
yes,
and vice versa. So
how do you know when he's done? Does he text you when he's out of the shower? I'm done.
He called me. Or he came down. He came down there just before we left for the day, and he'd come down. I go up, and then we leave. And
what a pain in the ass!
I was very angry at the hotel. I thought I still am just.
Did you look at the pictures of the room online before you booked it?
I saw it in another hotel, and I didn't choose that one. I picked this one because it was one of the few rooms available in New York City that had two separate beds, but no picture of the bathroom. So that's.
See, wouldn't you rather one king bed with none of that nonsense silhouette?
Yeah, maybe.
Of course.
I don't know.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if it was, but I need my space. I need my space when I sleep.
Yeah,
it's a precious, precious commodity, that sleep. So
I agree. Sleep is definitely a precious commodity.
Yeah. That's really what the whole theme of the show is. Sleep is a precious commodity. If we want to wrap it up.
Boy, that's a good way to end it.
Took a long way to get there, but we finally.
Yeah, it did. We had a whole lot of nonsense. It's hard for us to get back in gear after being so long out. We're going to try not to do that with episode 55, but hope you hung in there with us. Hope you enjoyed this episode 54. Again, we want to hear from you. friends@fts.media is our email address. We definitely want to hear from you. Any comments, suggestions, whatever you got, send us an email, and we'll read it on one of our episodes. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. It's good to get back in front of the microphone, and hope to do it soon.
I promise next time I'm going to be much more succinct, thoughtful, and I will have some better ideas for topics.
Okay, we're going to hold you to that, as we always do. But anyway, thank you for that, Omar. That kind of rectifies all the nonsense that you put us through.
I'm also wearing Invisalign, if you didn't notice.
Go to YouTube to see it.
Go to YouTube. All right, everybody. Thanks for being with us. Episode 54 is in the can. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Bye later.